All right, today I'll be pitching For the People Inc. This is a company that is a hiring agency that will go out and hire people that are from all ethnic backgrounds and genders, and will follow and will be objective and measurable in their pickings of people. So in this PowerPoint, I will talk about why this is necessary, that we have to look after, gender inequality, and also I will talk about how this can be accomplished at the very end. It's been like this since the beginning. If women didn't used to have be able to have jobs, like if you're a woman, you weren't able to have a job. You had to really the social expectation was to stay at home. And as soon as women were able to get jobs, they still have not been able to make the same pay or even have the same respect or duties. I personally can have an example of this. In today's world, example for today's world, I make $10 more an hour than my girlfriend, and she has a bachelor's and almost has a master's, and all I have is an associate's, which just shows that it can significantly impact someone's life. And if this can affect someone's rent, if they can pay their rent or their groceries, it makes it harder and harder, especially with today's inflation prices. There's really no room for it. Social stratification. At most jobs I've had, there is always a social stratification or hierarchy. The common theme with these hierarchies is that the higher you go up, the higher you go up, the more men's faces you see. Seems like there's always a big scary man. Um, it affects pay rates and hiring processes. This stratification. No man is more capable than any woman to do any job. If they have the credentials and the experience, then they should be able to handle the higher up positions. There's a lot of privilege that plays into this gender inequality with pay gap. The common theme is, money or nepotism can get someone a job, but there's also male privilege. Companies have been known to hire more male people than female, just based off of gender. Male privilege can impact a person's career, safety, social interactions, and access to healthcare. Um, these are privileges that occur just simply based off someone's certain social group. In this case, gender, male gender. Um, Male privilege men's odds are significantly higher than women's odds of being hired in the first place. And this is called discrimination, which is our next slide. Um, Discrimination is a form of prejudice where people receive unfair treatment based off the fact they are a certain social group. And sexism is a type of discrimination, and that is what is happening with a lot of the hiring at jobs. You can make the change if you ever get into a position where you are hiring people. Then you can make that change. You can make sure that the people are getting hired for the right reason. How to have equal pay? Well, in my current job, the pay is equal across employees, and it's based off when someone is hired. So these terms, companies can have these terms where they set out like, hey, we're hiring for 27 an hour, and for that term, everyone that gets hired on gets 27 an hour. Also, it can be based off credentials, how much they get paid. Like, do they have the right certifications? Do they have the right degrees and experience? Like, how much experience do they have in the field? If you have more experience, let's say a woman has more experience than a man, then the woman should get that job. It should be more objective and measurable rather than subjective or have some prejudice with it. So jobs should be available for every gender, and that's what they say. People say they are. Has it changed? There has significantly been a change. I think it's about 4% since 2004. It's 2024 now. Women are still only making 85% of what men make, but that is higher than it was in 2004. And the farther you go back, the bigger the change you see. So here are my sources, and thank you.